Hello guys, this is KTB Vlogs or TBC Production. So, welcome back to episode 2, Remastered or Redone, talking about the Child's Play series. And of course, as this is the second episode, you guys watched the first video, of course, of the remaster introduction, how I got into Chucky. So in this episode 2, we'll be talking about the first 3 movies. Child's Play 1, Child's Play 2, and Child's Play 3. So, as you know, give a brief little summary of the movie and tell you my thoughts on the movie and all that stuff. So, let's dive in. So let's start with the first movie, Child's Play, 1988. Of course, as the story of this movie starts out with a serial killer named Charles Lee Ray running from the police and was gunned down in a toy store. As his last resort, he transferred his soul into the good guy doll that we all know now as Chucky, and was given to a boy named Andy Barkley on his birthday. And then, as killings and deaths that are kind of centering around Andy, and Chucky wants to transfer his soul into Andy's body, and basically, in the end of this showdown, he was defeated. So, as for this story of this movie, as me, like I said in my introduction, I never saw this movie the first time because this was not the first movie I've seen. Because I was trying to put the pieces together, like which movie come first, would this come, and all this, and that's how I watched this movie was on AMC in 2002, or I think 2002, and as this movie, it's still a great movie to watch, but as to some people, like they say it's outdated, and because the effects back in them days are not that great, of course, because they actually had a stunt person walking around, like doing the scenes with Chucky running and all that stuff, like Ed Gale. So for me, this movie is still a good movie to look, and of course my favorite scene from this movie was when Chucky comes alive for the very first time. I mean, this scene will always be memorable. And of course, because we still, as we didn't get a lot of story of Charles Lee Ray or nothing like that until the 6th movie. And I think what they were doing in the TV show, they was trying to give us a little history of Charles Lee Ray as you're watching. So I'm thinking that's what they're going to be trying to do throughout that TV show. So I hope they actually do. So as for Child's Play, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It's it's not my favorite movie. I don't hate the movie. I know as some people, this is a classic movie. You should put the classic as the top movie. No, it's not. It's not my favorite movie. But I don't hate the movie. You see guys, I don't hate the movie. But it's not my favorite movie. So, I give Child's Play 1 7 out of 10. Alright, Child's Play 2 takes place 2 years later in 1990. Of course, it follows an events of what happened in the first movie. Of course, Andy was sent to foster care after the incident of his mom stopping Chucky, and of course they did not believe them or nothing like that, and they put her in a mental institution, and he was sent to foster care. And of course, as the PlayPal company was basically getting a lot of negative critics and reviews on the Good Guy dolls. And they took the remains of Chucky that what happened to him in the first movie. Of course, you know, they burned him up. She shot him to pieces. Like, damn. Like, I mean, I know that. Like, I was like, wow, I can't believe they did all that to him in that movie. Because when I first saw Child's Play 2, I did not know what happened to him in the first movie at all. Because I was like, Child's Play 2. So there's another movie called Child's Play. You know, and then that's how I discovered it. So, as the company put Chucky back together and everything, and someone already got killed on the spot, just like that in the beginning of the movie. And it's already happening. Already the murdering already started. And of course, Chucky basically still looking for Andy, trying to transfer his soul into his body and everything. And of course, he killed a couple of people along the way, and killed someone in the car, and then they had a good guy doll named Tommy smash his face in and replaces him as him, and then basically still trying to get Andy. Of course, has randomly killed the foster parents, and then the other foster kid named Kyle basically started to figure out about Chucky and everything, and then that's what happened. Okay, I heard my phone ringing. I had to pause that audio. Okay, back to what I was saying. So, Kyle figured out what Chucky was doing, and then she goes to help Andy, and basically, they go back to the foster place. Chucky killed the social worker, and then the final scene, of course, my favorite scene. They go to the factory. I completely forgot the school scene was my favorite as well. But the factory scene, always a great scene for this movie. And of course, I like the Chucky maze. And of course, Chucky still trying to do the ritual and it didn't work. He's still trying to kill Kyle and Andy. And then, get his hand cut off, legs molted in plastic, and blew his head off just like that. And that's basically it for this movie. But there are a couple of scenes in the movie, like there's a scene of Chucky looking through the one of the associates to Greg Sullivan, of course the CEO of the company. He was looking for the associates briefcase and find out where Andy is and find out where his mom went to and everything. And then after that, and of course there's another scene. He gets out of the basement, and I think the ending scene of Child's Play 2, the factory already created another head. As the head got destroyed, his head blew off. Half of his face on inside the molted plastic, and it already created another head just like that. Boom. And it kind of makes sense of how it will be in the next movie. So for Child's Play 2, a great movie from beginning to end. It was the best sequel of all time from Chucky. I mean, completely the best sequel. Of course, as during this time, as you know, as the first movie was created by MGM, and of course, Don Mancini had to go to another movie company. And of course, him and David Kirshner. So they decided to go to Universal. Of course, that's where Chucky is till this day. And of course, as the first movie is still owned by MGM. Because, of course, that's why people were kind of griped about when they did the Child's Play remake in 2019. But as you know, as now, when you get the Chucky, the whole Chucky movie collection set, you actually get the first movie as well. So that's kind of a nice thing they did. They let them get the first movie added with the movie. It's like, say you got, let's say for example, you got Halloween 1, Halloween 2, but you don't got Halloween 3, but you go to Halloween 4 and 5 and 6. Even though the third movie that had nothing to do with Michael Myers. Get it? But it's still gotta be there. So why would you do that? Yeah, a lot of people hate the third movie of Halloween because they was trying to do something different and not go repetitive like, oh, Michael Myers go after someone else, go after his family members and kill him. And it's now the same story format is the same. But at least I find out like there are actually unused movie scripts that they never use. So I was like, wow, like imagine that actually happened. But, you know, I don't know what they will do. So, back to what I was saying about Child's Play. That's the whole point of when they did the second movie, they went to Universal. So, as for me, why Child's Play 2 is great is because the music. I mean, I love the song till this day. It's still the best theme for Chucky. I would love to play it, but y'all should know the theme by heart. And of course, I like how they use the elements of that theme in the TV show when it comes on. I like that. It's kind of nice. But the music is the best from this movie. The best theme of all time. So I give Child's Play 2 a 9 out of 10. Great movie, great sequel. So as the following movie, Child's Play 3, came out 1 year later after Child's Play 2 in 1991. So as this movie is kind of like a time jump from 1990 to 1998, as that's what Don Mancini said in one of his interviews. So as you know, the PlayPal factory was shut down because of the incident what happened in Child's Play 2. Of course, the company went basically through the dark ages. And so, as was so surprisingly, when I see the movie, Chucky's body is still at the darn factory. I was like, what the hell? And so they picked up the body, and blood came out of the doll, the body, and fell into the molten plastic that was still there. As you know, as I said a while ago, it's actually a alternated scene of Chucky's head being created. And so they basically resurfaced this whole entire scene of them creating the doll. So as you know, as it cuts to, you know, the story of the CEO Greg Sullivan from the previous movie, Child's Play 2, he actually gets the first doll they create, and who it is, Chucky. And so I love the scene when he gets killed. The scene is like almost like Child's Play 1. I like how Chucky is sneaking around in the shadows, preparing to kill him and all that stuff, and it's amazing. Of course, Lisa, the favorite line that everyone loves. And then, so he finds Andy, and of course, Andy's actually at a military school, and he meets a boy named Tyler that's there as well. So Chucky melds himself to the Kent Military School, and of course, instead of finding Andy, he finds Tyler. So, after that, Chucky almost got killed in a garbage truck. I mean, completely. I mean, I was like, oh my god, Chucky about to get killed in this garbage truck. I'm like, oh my god. And I'll be like, man, that'd be messed up. That'd be messed up if this how the movie ended. And I'm like, oh man, poor dude. Ah, the garbage man. Huh. As I research a lot on this movie, it's like a couple of scenes that were deleted, like Tyler talking to Andy on the bus, and there's actually a school scene inside the school, the Kent Military School, and I'm kind of, as I'm thinking of this, what I was like, I know like this movie was kind of rushed a little, cause it's like this movie was kind of like misplaced in some different scenes. Like Chucky's there, here, Chucky is here, Chucky's there, Chucky's walking down the hallway, and of course, as you know, as to me, I would not want to go to no military at all, because it kind of reminded me of the class that I used to do at school, the JROTC school, JROTC. I would not want to do all of that, because that's what this kind of reminds me of when I watch this movie. So, and plus, it's these scenes are all misplaced, cause like, okay, there's a scene with Chucky killing the barber. I'm like, what? Why Chucky's in this scene? I mean, okay, he's there to kill someone. There's a guy had a heart attack. Chucky messed up the paintball war by using real bullets. Then the final scene, of course, Chucky chased Tyler all the way to a carnival, and of course, it leads to that his face getting slashed off. So I was like, oh, so that's how he got the stitches. And then got his arm blew off, and Andy cut off his hand and throws him into the fan. And there you go. So yeah, and the movie just ends like the carnival shuts down, and that's it. So yeah, that's basically it for Child's Play 3. I mean, it was not a lot to this movie. Of course, a lot of people hate this movie. I don't get it why. I don't hate the movie, really. I don't, because I didn't hate it. I watched it because Chucky. And of course, it was set during around this time with all the other horror icon movies came out every year, like Freddy, Jason. I think it was Michael Myers in the same category, and someone else. I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre too, and yeah, like all these movies, they release these horror icon movies every year, and Chucky was kind of in the mix of that. So as of this movie, there would have been more to this movie because they said it would have been the whole army of Chuckies. That would have been pretty cool. I would love to see that, but as technology wasn't great back in the days as today. Now they can do whole like 3 or 4 or 5 different Chuckies in different places and stuff. But as of back then, yeah, it would have been more. But as I kind of see why they took a break in 1991 and waited 7 years later to do the next movie, of course. But as this movie, I give it a 6. It's not, I don't hate the movie. I don't. I enjoy how the movie is, and when I first watched it, I knew why he got the stitches on his face in Bride of Chucky, because he fell in that fan. I mean, and that death scene is morally iconic, always iconic. It's like he falling, you hear him screaming and stuff. Like, it was so iconic from beginning to end. And kind of, yeah, as some people said, it kind of felt like a ending to the series. Like when he fall into that fan, it kind of felt like that. But like, I don't think, like, how the hell would you survive after that? I mean, I don't know. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the second episode, as this is the Child's Play Saga. and talking about Chucky. So I hope you guys enjoy this video of the Child's Play Saga, and stay tuned for episode 3. We'll talk about the Chucky saga, and including the remake. So see you guys next time. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you want to watch the old ones, you can watch those too, or you can just watch these new ones. So see you guys next time, and peace and bye.